sides of the story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Time now for Both Sides of the Story. The story of Jamaicans at home and Jamaicans abroad on Power 106 FM. We will not take sides, but we listen to your side. Stay with us as we explore the issues, present the facts, speak with the experts, and as always, listen to both sides. What's your story? Tell us on Both Sides of the Story by calling our local numbers 876-922-4112-5. You can listen to Both Sides of the Story on the Power 106 FM app via the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, as well as on onespotmedia.com. Plus, listeners in the USA can dial 631-359-8281 to listen. And if you're in the UK and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, you can call 0330-606-0953. You can watch Both Sides of the Story live on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BothSides106. Email BothSides106@live.com. Send your WhatsApp voice notes, audio messages, and text messages to 876-365-3346. Remember, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. So stay with us as we listen to Both Sides of the Story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
We sit among the stalls of Bethlehem, the dumb kine from their fodder turning them, softened their horned faces to almost human gazes toward the newly born. The simple shepherds from the starlit brooks brought their visionary looks, as yet in their astonished hearing rung the strange sweet angel tongue. The Magi of the East in sandals worn knelt reverent, sweeping round with long pale beards, their gifts upon the ground, the lice incense, myrrh, and gold. These baby hands were impotent to hold. So let all earthlies and celestials wait upon thy royal state. Sleep, sleep, my kingly one.
Child that's born in peace, one babe that knows no war. That's what we live to see. That's what we're praying for. A healthy and a happy one, born with no misery, a child that's so full of love and just as free as he wants to be, and we'll give him peace with all we can give, and we'll give him all with each day we live, and our dream will be, this world will see, one child alone. Peace with all we can give, and we'll give him all with each day we live, and our dream will be, this world will see, one child of love. Let it be, let it be, yeah. Let it be, one child that's one baby that knows no. That's what we live to see. What we live to see. That's what we're praying. That's what we're praying for. I love you, Lord, I have you one. Born with no misery, a child that's so full of love and just as free as he wants to be. And we'll give him peace with all we can give, and we'll give him hope with each day we live. And our dream will be this world will see one child of love. Yes, sir. One child of love. One child that's born in peace. One babe that knows no war. That's what we live to see. That's what we're praying for. A healthy and a happy one. Born with no misery, a child that's so full of love, and just as free as he wants to be. And we'll give him peace with all we can give, and we'll give him all with each day we live. And our dream will be this world will see one child of love. Yeah. One child of love. Love that is deep and true makes life so precious too. And when love means more, we'll cry, we'll conquer all, and we'll make each climb. And all we want is a healthy one, born with no misery, a child that's so full of love, and just as free as he wants to be. And we'll give him peace with all we can give, and we'll give him hope with each day we live. And our dream will be this world will see one child of love.
Peaches and Herb, One Child of Love. And before that, the poetry of Elizabeth Barrett Browning, The Holy Night. That's the combination for this afternoon's edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Here's a reminder that 2021 to 2030 is the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, the Decade of Action for Road Safety, and the UN International Decade of Indigenous Languages. It's the 12th day of the 12th and final month of 2023, the International Year of Millets. A millet is a cereal grown in warm countries and regions with poor soils, bearing a large crop of small seeds, which are chiefly used to make flour. 2023 is also the International Year of Dialogue as a guarantee of peace. The festival, let's see, a couple of observances from countries from around the region and the world. Setagu Arroyo Mangalamer on Haiti, Constitution Day or Russian Independence Day in Russia, Dia de Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe, or Lady of Guadalupe, and that's being observed in Mexico and El Salvador. Uhuru Jamhuri ya Kenya, Independence Day in Kenya, Neutrality Day in Turkmenistan, and Poinsettia Day in the USA. Hoy es martes, el 12 de diciembre 2023, y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa, Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado, porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones, y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est mardi le 12 décembre 2023 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi par du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:15. Power 106 FM takes this time to send warmth and goodwill to you and yours this Christmas season. Here's a Christmas quote from Phillips Brooks. Christmas Day is a day of joy and charity. May God make you very rich in both. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from your friends at Power 106 FM.
Whoa, that's what we live to see. That's what we're praying for. A healthy and a happy one, born with no misery. A child that's so full of love and justice he wants to be, and we'll give him peace with all we can give, and we'll give him
All we're saying is it's Tuesday, the 12th of December, 2023, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to both sides of the story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
is a healthy one, born with no misery, a child that's so full of love and just as free as he wants to be, and we'll give him peace with all we can give, and we'll give him hope with each day we live, and our dream will be this world will see one child of God.
It's the 346th day of 2023, which means there are 19 days to go before 2023 comes to an end. And for those who celebrate the season, we're 13 days away from Christmas Day. Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those of you who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those in the US who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631-359-8281. 631-359-8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you'd like to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, let's see, your number is 0330-606-0953, 0330-606-0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat. All you need is a smartphone, a tablet computer, laptop, desktop, any one of those. Then you need internet connection. But more importantly, internet connectivity. It's one thing to have a connection. It's another thing to be connected. And so one sure way of testing for connectivity is by opening a browser like Google Chrome, for example. And if you're able to browse, you're good to go. If not, well, you might need some assistance. How's that? In the meantime, we're looking forward to your calls, your participation, your questions, your suggestions, your ideas, your criticisms, your issues, whatever is on your mind. Please feel free to call us, 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And let's greet some of our listeners and viewers who are in touch with us online. Let's see who we have here. Good afternoon to Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine, Orane Malcolm, Audrey Smith in Southampton in England. She says, afternoon, Dervan and listeners elsewhere. Happy Tuesday, watching and listening from Southampton. Good to have you with us as usual, Audrey Smith. Inez Ayona Campbell says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and viewers. Good afternoon, Inez Ayona Campbell. I think we missed a birthday wish or a birthday greeting. Was it yesterday? Inez Ayona Campbell, belated greetings, birthday greetings. I think it was a niece of yours. That's what I remembered, something like that. Thank you very much for your messages. Let's go across to the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876 365 3346, 876 365 3346. Let's go down the line first and work our way up. This one says, Benjamin Obadiah Iqbal Zephaniah asking, did Power report the passing of this hugely admired poet, actor, and commentator of Caribbean heritage? I must have missed it if you did. Hi, Dervan. Was the above reported on your program? If you're talking about the late Professor Eddie Baugh, then of course, yes. And he was one of my lecturers actually at the University of the West Indies, and we join you and everybody else in conveying condolences to the family of the late Professor Edward Baugh. Franklin MacDonald in Guelph, Canada, says, Dervan, thank you for reading that I am on Jenny's side. I thought it was important to clarify where the word came from and how recent it is. So that was a typo then. That's not what you meant. You meant genocide. Okay. I thought it was important to clarify where the word came from and how recent it is. It does describe a human action which we in the Caribbean know well, since it was practiced on the original inhabitants and attempted on our ancestors. Okay, I'm here in slave ships. This part of the message is deliberately being sent after the program. I'm sorry that no one in the media seems to be noting the passing of the British Jamaican dub poet, Professor Benjamin Zephaniah. He died last week, Thursday, of a brain tumor. He was going to 65 years old. Can you possibly play one of his pieces during this week? I recommend Hip Hop Cup or Cold Turkey. The latter has a Christmas flavor. Finally, condolences to the family, friends, and students of Professor Edward Baugh. Something is missing here. Kingston College in 1961, if my memory is correct, and was an inspiration. I need to run into him as the professor Anna Rita at the University of the West Indies, condolences. And I think this message has a few typos. And I know your situation as well, Franklin McDonald, so don't worry about it. Sometimes takes a little time to figure out some of the words and phrases, but we'll try. Thank you very much for your message and all the very best. And let's see who else. Going up the line here, Beresford says the big pineapple pesticide problem. This looks like a link for Althea Mackenzie. The big pineapple pesticide problem. Let's forward it to Althea for Farm Talk. Let's see. Althea, if you're listening, we're sending some information your way. Thank you very much. And good afternoon, as usual, to Peter Gracie, who's always listening in. We appreciate your listenership and support, Peter Gracie. Thank you very much. And please pray for, who is this now? Coming from, Donique Anderson. Please pray for Donique Anderson and share prayer warriors needed. Everyone. Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, Southern USA, calls for prayer. Donique Anderson. We have featured her situation maybe a couple of times, and we somehow thought that perhaps things were getting better. But just to remind ourselves that this is the story of a 26-year-old Jamaican policewoman in need of liver transplant. We certainly should do a follow-up. We definitely need to do a follow-up. We're making a note of that. But thank you, Peter Gracie, for the reminder. Pray for Donique Anderson. And let's clear some of the other messages right now. Calvin in North York, Ontario, with us as usual. Thank you, Calvin. And Neil Curtis is still promoting Farm Up Jamaica. And Miss Joyce, and this time she has sent us a copy of her voter's ID. Let me see yes, and she also sent us her TRN and a voice note, which we haven't been able to listen to. But she says here in this message,
love that is deep and true makes life so precious too. And when love means more, with pride, we'll conquer all. And we'll make each climb, and all we want is
just a gentle reminder for those who missed it in terms of Donique, 26-year-old policewoman Donique Anderson. She is urgently in need of a liver transplant. Last time we checked, the report was that she was in the United States, where she had been since the 5th of May. but has been unable to get on the transplant donor list because of her immigration status. She has been treated at various hospitals in New Jersey on an emergency basis since arriving in the US, but is unable to get the detailed treatment that is required for her to be on the list for liver donors. She's being helped by various members of the diaspora who have rallied to her assistance. Alcyon Wilson, Jamaica's Consul General to New York, has also been playing her part in that regard. We express our best wishes, get well wishes, and the hope that she will, in fact, get the help that she needs. That's the situation. And if and when we get further details, we will share here on your program, both sides of the story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And there's some more news here. This one, U.S. names Haitian former legislators as being involved in significant corruption. U.S. names Haitian former legislators as being involved in significant corruption. And soca artist Ricardo Drew dies at hospital after being found unconscious. This is news out of Antigua and Barbuda. Other stories trending at the moment: authorities investigating suspected oil spill in Rio Cobre. So from fish kill to oil spill, are you kidding me? Really? From fish kill to oil spill. Oh boy. St. Catherine Sr. found with his head bashed in. Oh dear. Sorry to hear that. Bunting urges government to abandon failed SOE strategy. That one remains a moot point and can stir up debate anywhere as long as Jamaicans are around. More than that, though, we need to be united in our efforts to bring down the numbers in terms of crime and criminality, especially murders. Also trending, Venetia Phillips officially joins the JLP in the KSAMC. And there's a rarity. That means something has gone wrong, because that is not supposed to happen. My phone is not supposed to ring. It's on vibrate. Oh dear. I think I know what happened. I was trying to audition the voice note from, who was it a while ago? Miss Joyce, was it? And I had to turn up the volume. Sorry about that. And right, so Venetia Phillips officially joins the JLP in the KSAMC, Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. Also, U.S. consumer inflation eased slightly last month as gas prices fall. So those are just some of the stories trending on the Gleaners website. That's jamaica-gleaner.com. Jamaica-gleaner.com. And let the discussions begin. We have put out there a couple of the topics, the issues, the situations, and the one that is not going away is states of public emergency. That subject is not going anywhere, and there are still mixed positions on this issue. The story says opposition spokesman on national security, Peter Bunting, is calling for an immediate re-evaluation of Jamaica's crime management strategies amid what he says is an escalation in violent crimes across the island, despite the declaration of states of emergency in 6 police divisions. Bunting argued have been touting the supposed success of the recent SOEs, but their self-congratulatory indulgence has been short-lived. He noted that at least 21 murders have occurred since last Friday's expansion of the SOEs to cover 5 parishes and 1 police division, and that most of these murders took place in areas under an SOE. Mr. Bunting said last week there were 38 murders reported across Jamaica, and the incidents of violence coming to public attention have only intensified in the current week. These incidents highlight an administration bankrupt of ideas that continue to rely solely on ineffective emergency measures to curb the deeply rooted issues of crime and violence, Bunting said. He has also taken issue with the manner in which new police graduates have been deployed, declaring that the police commissioner's deployment of resources does not appear to be data-driven. Almost 300 new graduates were deployed at the end of November, but not a single graduate was assigned to the understaffed hotspot divisions of St. James, Westmoreland, and Hanover. The Prime Minister, the Minister of Security, and the Police Commissioner must be held accountable by the people of Jamaica for failing to ensure the safety of our communities. It's imperative to adopt a more comprehensive and nuanced approach, one that targets the root causes of crime while safeguarding the lives and security of all Jamaicans, asserted. He said the opposition continues to be available to the government to partner on national security. It's time to abandon failed strategies and embrace a multifaceted approach to tackle crime and violence head on, he said. And so that's the situation, but both sides have questions to answer too. And one of them would be, how is it that both sides have consistently failed to arrive at solutions that are long-lasting, sustainable, far-reaching, scientific, meticulous, and design-oriented? In the absence of all of those things just mentioned, it's a matter of we then become children of Sisyphus. Sisyphus pushing this big rock up a hill only for it to roll back. Picture that. You push this big stone, this boulder up the hill in a manner that you regard as looking to fix the problem. You push that stone up the hill, but all that happens is that it keeps rolling back down the hill, and you try again and you push and it rolls back, and you end up spending your time doing nothing but pushing a boulder up a hill, like the children of Sisyphus at this point for far too long. Far too long. And it just seems like there's no end in sight. A lot more work to be done. we were on the subject of as well of Miss Joyce. She was telling us, oh yes, so she is still hoping to get the 110 US dollars she was promised by the listener who goes by the moniker Jamaica Love. His name is, what's his surname? Guthrie. If you're listening, Miss Joyce is asking about your proposed gift of 110 US dollars, which is yet to materialize. If you're listening, give us a call, please. Mr. Guthrie, otherwise known as Jamaica Love. Miss Joyce is calling on you to fulfill your promise. And that's the situation. Let's clear a couple more of these messages. Mr. Mack, otherwise known as Bunty, says, "Good day, Mr. Malcolm. I received back your station. Thanks to the engineers." So he's hearing, Bunty is hearing Power 106 again. That's good news.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45. The Kingston College Chamber Choir, under the baton of Audrey Davidson, presents its Christmas Concert 2023 on Sunday, December 17, beginning at 5:30 p.m. The choir will be accompanied by the Portis Friends Chamber Orchestra and will feature the amazing soprano Laurie Burnett. Cocktails will be served at 5 p.m. Tickets are $3,500 and are available at the Monarch Pharmacy Shopping Center, the Music Mart South Avenue, and at the Kingston College Bookshop. Mosquitoes will breed in containers that hold water. Tightly cover water storage containers such as drums, buckets, and tanks, or cover the water surface with cooking oil. Punch holes in all tins, plastic containers, and boxes to prevent the collection of water before disposal. Cover old tires or fill with dirt. Scrub all vases once per week to remove mosquito eggs and dispose of garbage by placing in plastic bags. Do your part to prevent mosquito breeding.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Big up Jamaica for another year of love
we'll
and
do that
support.
right away.
Join us for the Home and Things Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday, December 16th.
We'll give her the number so you can talk
special
to her.
discounts just for you.
All right.
Plus giveaways, spot prizes, and more. It's going to be a fun-filled day you don't want to miss. Save the date, Saturday, December 16th, Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's the Home and Things Customer Appreciation Day. See you there. A healthy and a happy one, born with no misery. A child that's so full of love and just as free as he wants to be. And we'll give him peace with all we can give.
Do me a favor, just give Miss Joyce this number for me now, please. Hold on. Hold on.
One child of love. One child.
Well, this is her number.
That's Miss Joyce's number.
Right. And then just go ahead and if you can write that off for me, please. And then I'll show you the fellow's number.
But, we look now, the police, I don't know, you might correct me, the police are us. I can use it in the plural, right? The police, it's us. So, we can't develop them on us as far as this whole thing is concerned. And we give the criminality from the top to the bottom too much sucker. They're too comfortable in our midst. We have a culture that accommodates it.
Absolutely. You're hitting all the right notes. You're right.
Yes. And that is where the change has to come. Looking aside 6 people and the investigation and all leadership.
It's like I heard, what's his name? Mr. Attorney at Law on the hotline, Clive Mullins, making the point. Well, I caught the tail end of what he was saying, essentially, which is something we have discussed and talked about over the years, the extent to which we allow certain elements within, let's say, a school event, a school fete, for example, and you have certain elements who are brought into that space, and it gives the impression, by virtue of who the individuals are, it gives the impression that it is now okay. It is now okay that certain behaviors, certain lyrical content, etc. It's as if it's okay. It's giving. I think you said it a while ago, Driver, giving succor.
Yes. From a while back coming down, we've seen leadership in bed gangsters, and it's celebrated. They're, remember, in folklore, we speak of them like so. Like they were,
Yes, man.
They're held in high esteem, alongside the other good people, and that is what, going back to the whole thing about Haiti, when I was listening out, I read that stuff, that there are 5 mafia that run Haiti, and these gangs are extensions of them. And my brain hurts to think that we have a similar relationship in Jamaica. But, Brother Dervan, I look into weapons. They interest me, and they're quite costly. A lot of our youth can't go and buy these guns. And before they're available on the Jamaican market, they have to get into the country.
That's right.
And it's not everyone bringing them in those quantities, to the extent that because when the police pick up these guns, a lot of Taurus 9mm and everything, and I know the US price, but I can only imagine what such would cost in Jamaica. And that's a common weapon. Every time you hear about, a lot of the AK, stuff like that. You cannot cheap weapons, Brother Dervan. Ammunition, etc., etc. So there's a pipeline, and people try to say, "Oh, is it drugs somewhere and this and that?" Brother Dervan, we know better.
Yes, indeed.
We know better. This is organized crime. As I've heard the commissioner say.
One moment, please. One moment. Well, let's come back and wrap after this.
One child of love.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local national automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Say that again. Oh. Oh, okay, you'll be on. Okay, no problem. Cool. Okay. Thanks.
And just as free as he wants to be, and we'll give him peace with all we can give, and we'll give him all with each day we live, and our dream will be.
Thanks for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Yes, driver. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Brother Dervan, in concluding, our culture, especially our youth culture, especially around this time, with all the parties and this and that, we are not a people, our young people are not satisfied for just wear anything. They want, they've gone into this thing where, as we said, them chest high. We are just high, higher than mine, higher than people who earn money who can afford these things, but say, no, I can make better investments with my money. And, the creators, how can they get it? We don't have an economy with them at work to accomplish it. So,
they're taking it these days. They're not asking any questions. They're taking it. Up to yesterday, you heard about that latest beryllium situation.
Yes. And I'm not scared to say, hey, kudos to you. Good shooting, beryllium. I'm not holding back, brother, but I say it straight up,
Yes.
And you see, when we cover, that is part of the sucker that we give these people. We have to come out and state our positions. What we support. And I wish you the same for the new year. Wishing them really up to continue, to, be on the winning side as it goes along. You see me, we cannot, too much silence. And I look at our national heroes. If they were silent, we wouldn't even know their names. That's who I take my
your cues from.
Yes. And as a nation, we're going into a new year right now. And as it stands, and I was speaking about cows and cowboy and stuff like that. And in economics, Brother Ralston and Dr. Sutherland, they call it dark cloud. You look at the trajectory, where is it going? And as it stands right here, Brother, it's going to get worse. Because our youth, it's like it's just consumerism that's driving them to have to compete, to be better than the other one, to look better, to look. And there's only one way that can be sustained, and it's through crime. You can't get that working, you know what I mean? So, I'm not gonna, I don't know, we're in a conundrum because, all these things are coming out. And you ask somebody, what would you want me to get for you? Somebody coming on, because I won't be, unfortunately, I'm pushing it through the Christmas year. I'm going to see do some work, But people go on, you ask people what they want. A Jordan, this, that. I say, how much for Jordan? That's what I'm saying, sir. You're not modest in their desires. And desires drive your actions. And going forward, Brother Dervan, we look ahead. And as far as a crime strategy, I conclude with that. And many have said it before me, but leaders, if you're not going for the big fish, you're talking foolishness.
Get the job done.
From the top.
Get the job done.
Not up. One love, my brother, you know. Blessings.
Thank you for the call. Take care. All the best.
Thank you very much.
And be safe. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yes, Mr. Malcolm. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
And how are you in Jamaica today?
Giving thanks for life as usual.
I love Jamaica so much, sister. Yeah, man. But the things that is happening, boy, I tell you the truth, Mr. Malcolm, I would love them to stop. And I would really love some solution, because even with the SOE, anything at all that can stop even the bleeding, I welcome it. Nothing that is put in place to minimize some of what is happening where crime and violence is concerned. Don't care how it inconveniences me. I welcome it, because when a person loses life, you don't see that person again. That person can take up a piece of stick and give to you. That person can pick, a coal bush or anything and try to come give you. Gone for good. And let me tell you something, sir. I would love to hear from the doctors that born here, the lawyers, and the teachers. I would like to hear them voice. I would like to hear what they are saying about crime and violence and the bad things that is happening in this country. And I know they are not feeling good where they are. But I think enough of them should have come out and stay in them shell and see what they can do. Probably them doing something, I don't know. But Mr. Malcolm, out in the West are not pretty. He said, some of the bikes where they personate firearm, they wait until when school over and the place busy. They reel the bike and then cut the muffler in up two and then press the button and it personate the firearm and then go up to the police station and then turn and then come down back and then beat again and then go up and then come down. And this turbulency. Last week, about 6 different incidents. Bikes without license plate. Bikes without nothing for the road. Children come off and shoot people. And police turn them back. Up to last week, was coming up. And the policeman stopped the man who have on the license plate for the car and make the bike pass without plate. Let me tell you something, sister. I talked to a high command in Georgia that went to Cambridge University years ago. And he gave me a message. Well, I asked him a question and he tell me. He said, I must ask the commissioner if they know what the police them are doing, if them carrying out their work, if them doing their 8 hours, and if them doing 12 hours, they should get paid for it. And find out if he is going around in the local areas and make checks to see if him workers then doing the work that they collecting the money for every month. And if somebody call me and give me go for a job and a person said to me, say, I'm paying $10 a day. And I signed that paper to do that work for $10. I am going to do it. It makes no sense to sign the paper for $10. And then when I go there and look for a steel tank to hide in and come out at the ending of the month to draw taxpayer money. Let me tell you something. If the commissioner does not keep a press conference and let the people of this country know what his name is doing out there, because believe you me, what I see, the operation that I'm seeing, is that the police, some areas operating like a firefighter. Like a fire catch one building and then go out there and then cool it down and then go back into the shell. You make another call, see another fire, or a spilt on the road and then come and then wash it off and then gone. Let me tell you something, man. That is not how policing go. You must have a constant search. If a policeman working 8 hours a day, if him working 5 days, you must see the 8 hours work that they are collecting for us. Do not stay in your shell in Kingston and expect the work to carry out. Go around, man. Find out what is happening locally. You call the police and tell them tonight they cross the road. When he come, he tell the person, say you. Eh? What is happening in this country, sir?
What do you think is happening?
This top brass must get rid of because they only stay in their shell and not working. You think you can use pen and paper? What is Mr. Malcolm, let me tell you something. But I'm not telling you, no, sir. I'm telling you, no, Mr. Malcolm. It's blood they shed in a man. When I traverse Jamaica, right, and see what is happening, people is just doing as they like. When you go up on a road block, and the inspector said, you talk to the inspector and say, take your chance because you leave the papers. The constable say, no, sir, go, and me stop you. You're getting a ticket for it. So what do you use as the inspector? You notice this one with the little boy. The inspector stand up across the road, you know. And I don't know if he go across it, him talk to his men, you know, and say, what is going on over here? I'm the senior man, you know. As if I that one in charge. You don't see the difference. Some of these police, if you put them against a civilian, you don't know the difference if they take off the uniform. Right? And I want the high command to come out, man, check the station them at night time. You are getting paid. You cannot stay in your shell like that. Right? Let me there, brother, I quote Judge Lewis, I know. And then, let me tell you something, Mr. Malcolm. If we does not fix the small things in this country, we finish. Because it's the small things that hurt. The moment you sit on a topic line, you.
Thank you very much for the call. All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. A couple of messages. Del Mignot says, good evening, Mr. Malcolm. Mr. Bunting got a revelation since he left office as to how to solve the crime problem. If so, please let the country know, or are we to be sacrificed one by one while he thinks he can make his way back to Jamaica House under the notion that he can solve the crime? When he was security minister, he shed tears at Jesus' feet. No problem. Wonder if our Lord and Savior revealed the solution to him. That's from Miss Dell. Thank you for your message, Miss Dell. Here's another one. This one says, Jamaica's divine mandate is to... All right, we'll have to come back to this a little later on because we have our regular Tuesday afternoon feature, Safety Speaks, and Seth Grenell will be doing duties this afternoon on Safety Speaks. More in a moment.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs-controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:13. Power 106 FM takes this time to send warmth and goodwill to you and yours this Christmas season. Here's a Christmas quote from Bob Hope. My idea of Christmas, whether old-fashioned or modern, is very simple. Loving first.
Got it?
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from your friends at Power 106.
Says Grenell, yes. Same person.
It's riveting, thought-provoking, and interesting. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. Join Jody and Quarry on Mondays and Tuesdays, and Sanjay Lewis on Wednesdays and Thursdays, while they alternate on Fridays, as they set your agenda and break down the issues, and keep you informed on what matters to you most. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m., only on Power 106 FM. The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Only one, born with no misery, a child that's so full of love and just as free as he wants to be, and we'll give him peace with all we can.
It's a Tuesday afternoon, just after 3:30, and that means time for Safety Speaks, our weekly feature brought to you by Grenell's Driving School. And we're going to properly introduce the segment right now.
Safety Speaks during both sides of the story is brought to you by Grenell's Driving School, Monadam, Mona Road, Kingston.
And let's say hello and good afternoon to our host on this week's edition of the program Safety Speaks, Seth Grenell. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
Good afternoon, Dervan. I am well, thank you.
Well, as in well rested? Because it's that time of year, you know, if we're not careful, we might, what I say, bite off more than we can chew.
Yes. You know, the cat gets deep, and we try to store as much ingredients in there as we can.
That's right. Yeah, so it's about fatigue. That's the focus this week.
Correct. Go ahead.
Yes, so there's a... I'm not sure the frequency with which, upon investigating or analyzing the data and they arrive at certain positions, the officials, the extent to which they have been able to break down the stats to be able to say this one, sadly we lost this motorist based on fatigue, etc. I guess we're not there yet, are we, in terms of being able to be as definitive as that?
Yeah, I mean, we have a black box in most of our vehicles now, which won't tell you really if you're sleeping or not.
Oh.
But based on crash reconstruction, we will know what the vehicle did or did not do.
Mm-hmm.
So when there's certain crashes and incidents, and they realize that the brake was not pressed, or when the brake was pressed, it was too late, then usually from that we can surmise that the person might have been sleeping.
Okay.
And there's no reaction of the sort that a normal driver in the right state would have made that doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So usually from then, you know, especially at a certain time of night, a reasonable conclusion could be drawn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go there, man.
No, I was wondering in terms of how do I know as a motorist, how do I know that something is not right, that I am nodding off?
That's a good question. And nodding is one of the signs where you realize that your head keeps dropping. And one of the things that we in the defensive driving course and we teach it, we like about sleeping or fatigue, it usually comes with some symptoms or signs. I mean, not all the time, because there's some people just knock out. But there's usually something to say that, well, you're tired. Some of these are, you find yourself micro sleeping. You find yourself
micro sleeping. I like that one.
Yeah, man. So it is so faint. Sometimes you believe it never does that. I would put it here. It happens a lot at church too when the preacher is preaching.
Yes.
Yeah. So you find yourself dozing off a little, and you might miss a sign. You turn and exit. You might speed up, slow down. Often another popular one is where you find that you're drifting off the road or into the wrong lane. You'll have people who will run through the traffic lights because they can't even see the color because they're not with us. But one of the problems, Dervan, is that most of these symptoms and signs, I find that we believe that we can almost shake it off and fight the sleep away. And so we don't take it very seriously. And usually it's not until that we're in a collision that, we're conscious that I really was tired. And most times you'll hear the stories that people fall asleep and crash most times at their house or very close to where they're intending to go. Because the brain lets down its guard now. Because I fought the good fight.
Yes.
I know I can relax. And that's when sleep says, I've got you. And in this season, as I mentioned, we have a lot on our plate. There are people that will be in their business trying to finish up everything before the new year starts. So the overtime, the extra time spent at the office or working is usually higher. So we have more events. We have Christmas party, Christmas functions, from chorals in church to wine and alcohol-inducing events. And we all want to attend these and celebrate the season in our own way.
Yes.
But usually we don't spend more time awake. We also might find ourselves spending time awake when we're usually sleeping, which our body has that habit, circadian rhythm. I think that's what they call it, where you're usually sleeping. So usually when you're at the party or the event, you're good enough. But when it is now going home time,
oh Lord, and the weight of sleep starts to
exactly, and then it finds you at an inopportune time, which is behind the wheel. There are usually suggestions that we make that the only remedy for sleep is to get some sleep, some rest.
That's right.
We recommend well-lit and safe areas to do so. I mean, a lot of us are familiar with power naps. We have some 24-hour gas stations, especially in the Kingston and St. Andrew area, where you might be able to doze off, especially. I mean, of course, you should lock your doors and try to do so where it is well lit. But we don't want, as I usually say, you don't want to be another person on a viral video being circulated on social media. You don't want to be that person. So what I used to do, I used to come outside of my vehicle and do some push-ups, some jumping jacks. I might look silly, but it's better that than looking sillier in a ditch or in a light post. Because what you want to do, you want to get that heart rate up and increase so that sleep won't find you. I know we speak about a designated driver for once you're drinking.
Yes.
But we can get a designated driver if you're sleeping.
Okay.
And remove ego. Nothing wrong if you say, I'm tired. Can you drive for me, please?
Yes.
Also, if you are driving and the person beside you starts to sleep and say, sleep, draw sleep.
Yeah, you really need a talkative person, a verbose person seated beside you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You play music that you will sing to.
Oh yes, that's another one. Play some music that
get a little karaoke going, man. What I also want to touch on, Dervan,
yes,
is that if you are awake, you're alert, you're not the one suffering from these symptoms. You have to be aware that there might be other road users who are.
Oh.
Yeah. Because sometimes you're going about your merry way, you're all right. But you have to be extra alert during this season. And we are certain roads that are hot spots for crashes. Where you see someone veering out of the lane. You see someone speeding uncontrollably. Our aim is to not just prevent collisions, but ensure we're not a part of them. We're not a victim and we're not the victimizer. All right, so within this thing that is coming along, and the parties shall be coming along. I know Christmas carols have started, and all the festivity. We're getting into the high gear now.
Sorry, go ahead. When you're finished.
We don't want to become that last statistic of those who never made it into 2024.
What about preparatory sleep, if I can call it that, where you sleep in preparation for bleaching throughout the night or something like that?
So, highly recommended. Wonderful, Dervan. Thank you for that. No, so myself, Dervan, if I'm going to watch an 8 o'clock movie at time, I have to get that preparatory nap.
Oh, yeah. Well, having said that, well, let me not raise that now because you get into big trouble when you go to the cinema with your wife, and for this movie that she's just so crazy about or whatever, and then you fall asleep, whether during or halfway or whatever. You never get to live that down,
I'm following that.
Yeah.
That's a couple times that I've learned.
Yes.
I have to get that, even if it's an hour. Even if it's an hour. And it translates, as you say, to dress. You might have to reach the event a little later than fashionably late. But it is important. But Dervan, one of the things,
yes,
is that we find ourselves doing so much during this time.
Yeah, true.
Because even you're quote unquote, you don't have no job that's tying you down. But what, you find yourself trying to find an igloo for the party, trying to get drinks for the party, and then just ups and downs in it, trying to find a last shoes to match with the shirt.
Yeah.
There's no rest. And the reality is we all have to. Alright, no matter how good you are at least, sleep is going to come for you.
Yeah.
And so as teenagers, as adolescents, as adults alike, we have to be responsible. You have to be mature. You have to realize this party now, not to miss this one. Because I'm tired.
I think that's one of the reasons why I don't know if that culture is unique to Jamaica, but it's one of the reasons perhaps why Jamaicans are seen as being fashionably late comers. In other words, they would have had work and whatever else they were doing. They managed to get home, to get some sleep. And so when they are satisfied that they've had enough sleep, then they get up and get ready and they go off to the dance or the session.
Yeah. That's how I do it, Dervan. Assuming I wake up in time that the event hasn't ended.
Yes.
I slept with them out with my money as bad on the train.
Oh Lord.
But it just has like the cost.
Hold a moment, please, Seth. One moment.
This world will see.
For any project, ABC Electrical Sales has all your electrical supplies at the best prices. 8 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 754-3714. The time by ABC Electrical Sales is
3:45.
It's the season of good cheer. The management and staff of Wellington Dental wish for their faithful customers a peaceful and safe holiday season as they continue to help you maintain a healthy and beautiful smile. Call 876-984-5482, 876-749-3515, or 876-413-3691. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, one and all. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
I love the smell of Christmas pudding and cakes. And Kitchen Baking and Accessories at Brooklyn Supermarket has everything for baking, including ingredients, spatulas, baking tins of different sizes and designs, decorating sets and stencils, foreign fruits, nuts, cake mixes, the latest techniques for sugar-based cake decorating, and oh, so much more. So visit Kitchen Baking and Accessories in the Brooklyn Supermarket, Twin Gates Plaza, Constant Spring Road this Christmas and have fun baking.
Find it hard to sleep tonight.
Big up Jamaica for another year of love and support. Join us for the Home and Things Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday, December 16th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We've got special discounts just for you, plus giveaways, spot prizes, and more. It's going to be a fun-filled day you don't want to miss. Save the date, Saturday, December 16th, Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's the Home and Things Customer Appreciation Day. See you there.
And when love leaves war, we'll conquer all, and we'll make each
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We're doing our special weekly feature right now, which is Safety Speaks, hosted by Grinnell's Driving School. And Seth Grinnell is on board with us this afternoon and talking about driving or fatigue driving. Fatigue driving. That's the subject this afternoon. And we'll allow you to pick it up where we left it going to the break, Seth.
Yeah, Dervan. You're speaking or mentioning about why, we might be fashionably late.
Yeah.
And we're saying that, certain events you might have to hit. And recognizing that you can't do everything.
Yeah.
Because it's more important that you miss one, Dervan, than you end up missing them all.
That's right.
And it's always interesting to me, how many people, like in the last 2 weeks of the year, died.
Mm-hmm. And
how many of them would have wholeheartedly told you that, they would be in the new year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunately, it's more than likely going to happen again.
Yeah.
That we have people who are going to make risk or take risk on the road, not going to be responsible, believe that nothing will happen to me, and they're not going to close out the new year. And that's never good, because everyone has loved ones, family members,
yes,
that will not be able to count down to the new year in a celebratory fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just going to, the beginning of the year is going to be one that stressful, probably depressing, and just filled with sadness. No Yuletide, no festivity. And we don't want that, especially when almost all of our crashes and collisions are preventable by the driver.
And I know you're obviously not a medical practitioner, but I'm just wondering, thinking out loud about the impact of certain foods and the possibility of falling asleep.
Well, let me not assume that everyone knows, but alcohol slows you down, and if you're already tired, it can bring you to that state where you want to sleep. It's what some people call a depressant.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but let me not just pick on alcohol, because we probably are aware of ethnic fatigue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, once you consume a certain amount of food, especially, that the digestive part of the body starts to work. And this part of the body requires blood, and blood takes up the oxygen, and then because of that process, we will be more likely to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. So even the big food that, you go to this event, that you go to people's house, mm-hmm. and you're eating a big plate of food, mm-hmm. midnight, 1 a.m., mm-hmm. and then you mix that with a little, mm-hmm. juice or festivity, if you want to call it that. Yes. That itself is setting you up to be more prone to fall asleep. Yes. And so, I don't remember who has the quote, but know thyself until thine own self be true. Mm-hmm. And we have to be responsible now, because everyone who drives, who has a driver's license, assumes a certain amount of responsibility as an adult.
That's right.
And we need to ensure that this responsibility is not given to anyone who's foolhardy, has been to make a decision that is not safe for him and for others. Because Dervan, as much as I talk on the radio, and I know the right thing, I don't want someone who makes a mistake to put me in the newspaper or put me in the news. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was talking to a friend, and I was like, there are certain roads at certain times of the night that I am fearful of, mm-hmm. because of how certain people deal with those roads when they're driving. Yes. So we have to be responsible playing right, to ensure that we don't drop asleep behind the wheel, and we must also be responsible in ensuring that we see the signs of someone who might put our life in danger. Mm-hmm. And our rule is stay far from that person. If you can stay ahead of them, or you can make them pass you, because you don't want them to bring you into any potential crash or collision.
Yes. The other thing that I am aware of is that there's certain elements that are placed on the road's surface for the purpose of keeping people awake or something to that effect.
Yes. What we call rumble strips, mostly find on our highways or toll roads, mm-hmm. that once you're there to the left, it should the vehicle then wake you up. I know a popular one is we call it cat eyes, which are in the center of most of the lanes. They're reflective, which are supposed to ensure that you don't come out of your lane, or you can identify the line of demarcation there. But I know a lot of people drive on them, mm-hmm. because also have the tools to wake you up. But in our normal, what they call these urban areas with many intersections, you don't have those. You have sidewalks. Mm. So if you drift out of the lane, it's more than likely a sidewalk that will wake you up. Right. And the sidewalk is mostly for a pedestrian. So we don't really want for you to mount that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So many things to consider. The other thing, and I know this doesn't necessarily have to do with fatigue, but maybe there's a connection at some point or another. But the idea of how we use, our approach to using headlights or using our headlights, where you are coming towards me as a fellow motorist with your headlights blazing or blaring, however you put it, loud, and not recognizing that if you do that, it means I can't see anything, much less you. And if what somebody's going to go.
Yeah. So the first thing we usually highlight is the technique you can use when that faces you. And although the popular response is to put on your bright light as well, that's not what we want. Mm-mm. All right? So you have to identify where the soft shoulder is, and what kind of veer a little to the left, or to the white line, the guardrail, the sidewalk, so we can ensure that we don't hit this oncoming vehicle that has impacted our vision negatively. Mm-hmm. The reality is, Dervan, some people believe that, they can see better with the bright light on, so they don't care. Some people have changed out their headlights, so the normal, what we call dim light, is actually the bright one. Mm-hmm. And then you have other road users who actually have no idea that their bright light is on. I met someone, I won't call it gender.
Sorry, lost you for a bit there. You won't call the gender. Go again.
Cue the perception.
Mm.
But the person thought that the blue light that they see on the dashboard meant headlight.
Oh.
Where that light really means bright light.
Mm.
So as soon as it's a night, because we're having, what do you call it now, the indicator pusher.
So we're losing you in seconds, every couple of seconds or so. I'm not sure what is causing that.
I'm not sure either.
But go again. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying that the person thought that the blue light identified headlight. And because of their ignorance, they were driving around with the bright light on.
Oh.
And oblivious to why people were reacting a particular way. So some people are just generally ignorant to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the first thing you have to do is just try to safeguard yourself and ensure that you can avoid any potential collision. Because that's the whole thing, Dervan. It's prevention.
Yes.
I mean, you might vex, you might be upset, you might be annoyed, but we want you to be uninvolved in anything.
It's like I saw, still road safety,
Mm-hmm.
or safety in general. I saw a young man in what was this now? A van, and someone did something. A fellow motorist did something that he didn't like, but nothing happened. Nothing problematic happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost as if he has been practicing or rehearsing how to respond to or to react to people who do that kind of thing. And all I did was to use my hand to wave him along to say, come on, let's go. Because he was ready now to do, I don't know if maybe what he has seen his parents do or some other adult in terms of getting really upset. Yeah.
Our reaction to incidents is important. I know people who have lost their lives over near miss.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened to the vehicle, just what we would call in Jamaica a bad drive.
Mm-hmm.
And you took it upon yourself to make it contentious.
Yeah, because in Jamaican parlance, we say it can go so, or now go so.
Yeah, man, that's what they say to the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
And before I'm funeral program, I print.
God forbid. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that match not adding up.
Mm-hmm.
Not adding up at all.
Yeah.
Let me just also, Dervan, before the program ends,
yes,
I want to ensure that I can emphasize that one of the things that is necessary is training for our road users.
Mm-hmm.
Information, training, things that can impact the attitude of our drivers on our road to make the environment safer.
Yes.
On that note, I think we have, Mr. Granley last week emphasized that, we had concluded our Crash-Free 2023 workshop series.
Right.
And we are ready to go into 2024 with some more workshops. And the first one will be in January 26th at Jamaica Pegasus. That's January 26th, Jamaica Pegasus. And it's Crash No More 2024. I try to keep it rhyming.
Crash No More 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Got that.
Too many people losing their lives there, man.
Too many. Way too many.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, of course, there's way more who are injured
and
unable to enjoy a healthy life.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Seth Grenell, for sharing with us on this week's edition of Safety Speaks during both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. And
thank you, Dervan.
Likewise, all the best, and we'll catch you, or whoever else is going to be coming. We don't know, whomever. Catch you next week. All things being well.
Thank you, Dervan.
All right. Take care. And that's it for this week's edition of Safety Speaks.
Safety Speaks during both sides of the story was brought to you by Grenell's Driving School, Monaghan, Mona Road, Kingston.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Welcome to the new dimension in eye care, the Optical Zone, offering exceptionally comfortable eyewear. We fill prescriptions and do eye examinations. This complete optical store is conveniently located at Shop 14, York Plaza, Halfway Tree. Telephone 929-8656. The Optical Zone, providing vision for life.
The Kingston College Child Choir, under the baton of Audley Davidson, presents its Christmas Concert 2023 on Sunday, December 17, beginning at 5:30 p.m. The choir will be accompanied by the Fortis Friends Chamber Orchestra and will feature the amazing soprano Laurie Burnett. Cocktails will be served at 5 p.m. Tickets are $3,500 and are available at the Monarch Pharmacy Suffering Center, the Music Mart South Avenue, and at the Kingston College Bookshop.
Our dream will be, this world will see, one child of love, one child of love.
2 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32, Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, and still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Good afternoon to Jones Dolores. She says, good day. I'm watching from Sacramento. That's in California. Have a blessed and productive day. Thank you, Jones Dolores. Mike Montgomery from Belle Plaine in Clarendon saying good afternoon, teacher, to you and your listeners. Keep safe. And you do likewise, Mike. Marva Edwards says, watching from Edmonton, Alberta. That's in Canada. Good to have you on board, Marva Edwards in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Keep those messages coming in. In fact, we're going to clear some WhatsApp messages now. And this one from Barry says, Jamaica's divine mandate is to re-educate humanity to a higher level of universal wisdom. And that is a work in progress, facilitating all things new. And this is only the beginning. That is what the PM needs to talk about instead of hateful speech law. Jamaica's international wealth. Barry. And Jamaica's international wealth is her people. And let's see. Neville, otherwise known as Salah, says, Dervan, the government has not a clue what is being done towards controlling crime. And we're going to come back to some of these messages in just a moment. In just a moment, we'll get back to these messages. But we have to feature our friends of the College of Agriculture, Science and Education case in partnership with HiPro. And we are being joined, we're going to be joined in a moment by Colonel retired Jamie Ogilvie, Vice President of HiPro. And he'll be looking at the latest partnership between HiPro and the College of Agriculture, Science and Education. Colonel, retired Jamie Ogilvy, good afternoon to you. How are you, sir?
Good afternoon, Dervan. Good afternoon to your listeners. And all of Jamaica, good afternoon. And thanks for having me. Season's greetings from your Hyper family. How are you doing?
I am fine, thanks, and many, many happy returns in terms of those season's greetings. And curious to find out more about this arrangement, this partnership, this initiative between HiPro and the College of Agriculture, Science and Education. From where you sit as vice president of HiPro, what is unfolding in front of our very eyes?
Well, first of all, HiPro has a very long-standing relationship with CASE, but on a broader level with youth in Jamaica and with the agricultural sector. In this case, we are partnering with CASE on a specific project, which we do from time to time and have done with CASE over the years through a number of different forms, whether it be sponsoring specific days at the school or programs or providing scholarships to students or bursaries, providing technical support. We have a very long and rich relationship with CASE. And last year we did a virtual seminar on pig management and pig rearing. And this year CASE has extended and expanded that program and asked us to partner with them again. And we said, yes, absolutely. Because it really checks a number of boxes for us as far as how we want to engage. And here at HiPro, our focus really is about food independence, which is a subset of food security. Food security is more about having access to food at a particular cost. Food independence is about producing a significant amount of the food that you need to survive for your own needs. And so anything that is happening in Jamaica that's going to boost our food independence, HiPro, as perhaps the leading supplier of agricultural inputs, is going to be there. And we have always been there. And so we decided that we would join with CASE this year to support this program. Help with the transfer of knowledge. It's not just youth that is participating in this course. It's open to anybody, older farmers, individuals who just want to get involved and to learn more about how to raise pigs. And so we thought it's a great opportunity for us to kind of partner and help build some of our food independence here in Jamaica. And coincidentally, as you may be aware, it comes just at the time when the pig industry in Jamaica has kind of relaunched a campaign to boost the production and consumption of pork. So I think it's very timely that, the production side is being focused on while the consumption side is being promoted and expanded.
Right. So what will this I think I touched on it in that way before in terms of what this will mean, but why this sponsorship, what does that entail? If you could give us a little more meat on the bone.
Well, really, it's about making sure that persons who want to participate in it's a 6-week program. I think they meet 1 week, 1 day per week, so that people can kind of carve out the time that they will need to participate. And it's making sure that the course materials are available. People who may need some support to benefit from the course can get that. And we are working through CASE. So CASE will identify the gaps and needs. The persons that are in need of assistance attend the course and participate. And then we will come in and try and fill some, if not all, of those gaps from a programmatic standpoint.
And I think you hinted that this is not your first time partnering with CASE.
No, not at all. No. We have in addition to the various programs that we have and that we support CASE with, we have a technical team of vets and animal specialists, agronomists that work on a number of different projects with CASE from time to time. And we provide the technical support that is needed for anything that we are partnering with them on and some of the projects that they have.
Yes. So those who are going to be participating in this course, what do they need to know? What do they need to do?
So this is a course that is open to beginners, experienced pig farmers, anybody. They would contact Case to register. I believe if you go to Case's Instagram and other social media platforms, the details about the course are there. It starts on the 13th of January, and it's every Saturday between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. And the sort of six sessions, as I pointed out earlier, and they register through Case.
Okay. And in what way does Hypro see that this course will impact the agricultural industry? Is there a particular outlook?
Sure, in a number of ways. First of all, it's a transfer of knowledge. So we are facilitating the transfer of knowledge from practitioners, experts, to persons who are in the field and are in the production side of things, and making sure that they understand the best practices and how they need to go about raising animals over the life cycle of the animal to optimum results. We're going to be, the course also includes the latest sort of best practices in pig farming, and of course it also provides an opportunity for networking by participants with key stakeholders, whether they are other pig farmers, processors, marketers, technical experts. And as we have come to see, group dynamics is very important to learning, especially adult learning. And so the concept that I know is going to be readily played out in this course is each one teach one, where essentially people will be learning from each other as well as from the experts. And I think once you can share that knowledge and that information, then the pig industry is going to be in a much better position for having persons who are equipped to go forth and produce at optimal levels.
All right. Well, no one, as long as the participants, those who put themselves forward, are not pig-headed, all should be well.
Well, maybe that's what they need to do.
No, but seriously though, this is a very timely intervention, as you've said, in terms of this particular partnership. We want to congratulate both sides of the story. We want to congratulate the Hypro family and the Case family for once again engaging in a partnership which will prove to be beneficial to our people and our country. Correct?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And as I said at the beginning, there are persons who are interested in attending the course and are unable to, because I think that costs $32,000 per person, I believe. But if you're interested in attending the course and you are unable to afford it, then you can contact Case, and through them we are making a number of spaces fully sponsored for persons to attend, but that is being handled through Case. So not because you don't have the money. If you're really interested and passionate, contact Case and say, listen, I would like to benefit from one of the sponsored spaces that Hypro is covering. And Case will handle that part of it in terms of how those funds are allocated.
And as we wrap, are there particular points that you would like to emphasize as we put a cap on this interview? All right. Tell us after the break, please. One moment after the break.
Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15. Supreme Real Estate, licensed real estate dealers, the experts in residential, commercial, industrial, hotels, and villa sales, rentals, and leases. Supreme Real Estate, Main Street, Salem, Runaway Bay, St. Anne. Call 876-973-5026 or 876-973-6142 and email supremerealestate@cwjamaica.com. Big up Jamaica for another year of love and support. Join us for the Home and Things Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday, December 16th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We've got special discounts just for you, plus giveaways, spot prizes, and more. It's going to be a fun-filled day you don't want to miss. Save the date, Saturday, December 16th, Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's the Home and Things Customer Appreciation Day. See you there.
16 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all the students listening to us, all the schoolers from the early childhood level to the secondary level. Trust you had a productive day of learning today. Hope you also managed to get in some physical activity, just as important as mental activity. As we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. And it's time for us to continue this very special feature, an overview of the latest partnership between HiPro and the College of Agriculture, Science and Education, CASE. Our special guest, Colonel Retired Jamie Ogilvie, Vice President of HiPro. And I wanted to give you an opportunity towards the end here, Colonel Retired Ogilvie, an opportunity to put a cap on this interview.
Sure. Thanks, Dervan. So I think if I could wrap it all up, I would encourage all those who are out there in the business of production, whether it's pigs or any other animal or crops, whatever you do it well. Get the knowledge, eke out the knowledge, implement it, build for the future. Because as we saw during COVID, when all our ports shut down and they had difficulty importing stuff, especially food stuff, we had to eat a lot of what we grow.
Mm-hmm.
And so the encouragement is use this opportunity as another way to boost our local production so that we can eat what we grow. Right? Yes, we're going to be growing what we have to eat what we grow. So let's produce, and let's produce optimally. And this program that CASE is putting on is a great vehicle for you to equip yourself with the knowledge and the skills so that you can be a very efficient producer and continue to build a value chain of food production and food independence here in Jamaica. The best of luck and best wishes to all those who are participating. And congrats to CASE for putting on yet another relevant and timely seminar that is going to help us get to that point where we are going to be even more food independent than we were yesterday.
And thank you and the entire team at HiPro for the work that you continue to do as well. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Dervan.
It's been a pleasure. You too. Take care. All the best for the season and beyond. Take care. And that was Colonel Retired Jamie Ogilvie, Vice President of HiPro, ending this special interview featuring the partnership between HiPro and the College of Agriculture, Science and Education, CASE. Continuing with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Sheldon McKnight says, good afternoon, Sir Dervan. Listening to you live from Toronto, Canada today. The program keeps me going at work. It's very cold. It's a very cold day in Toronto. Keep up the good work. God bless. Bless you too, Sheldon McKnight. Thank you for your message as we continue with more on both sides of the story here on Poro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Let's get back to a few more of these messages. Neville, otherwise known as Salah, says, Dervan, the government has not a clue what it's doing towards controlling crime. Last week alone, 40 people were murdered in Jamaica. Is only South Africa kill more people than Jamaica? They killed 70 people per week. Jamaica killed 40 people per week. The JLP government needs to go. They're a total failure. They're just too corrupt. Time come. Salah from Kingston. Thank you for your message, Salah. Then he goes on to say, Miss Dell, she don't know that under Bunting we have one of the lowest crime rates, where we have 1,005. The highest that it went under Bunting was 1,200. The year has not yet ended, and we way past that amount. Under Bunting, he never used SOEs to take away innocent people's rights. The government needs initiatives involving substantial increases in stop and search to reduce crime. Onto assessing the impact of the operation on a daily basis. That's what the government needs to do, says Salah from Kingston. Thank you for your message, Salah from Kingston. This one says, Mr. Malcolm, with so many murdered Jamaicans, accident victims, what about those organs? And is it something Jamaica could look at? Well, you're starting something there. This is taking us to another place there now. Let's see. This one says, let's go up the line here. Or is it down the line? This message from Leo Gilling, bringing to our attention a discussion on crime in Jamaica. This was actually presented last week, actually. Last week's topic on crime and education was thought-provoking. I enjoyed the session with Dr. Paul Ivy. Hope you will too, says Leo Gilling, convener and chairman of the Diaspora Task Force Action Network, JD TAN. And let's see. All right, we've cleared those. Let's go across to the text line and see what we have. And this one says, Miss Joyce, please try and create a job. Okay. And this one says, good day. Where does it start? All the way up here. Okay. Quite a few messages. So this one says, good day, Brother Dervan. I'm a single lady. Oh, we have seen this one before. I am a single lady building a room on my own. The room just reached halfway and stopped. Please, I am seeking assistance from people everywhere to assist me with some blocks and steel to carry it further up. I will buy the sand, gravel, and cement. All I'm asking for, please, is some help with some blocks and steel. I will do the rest. I would be very grateful if my wishes come true. And this is from Maria. Maria at Waltham Park Road. And she has given us her number as well. Still no word yet, Maria, other than your message being acknowledged. And we know it's easy to get a little not jealous per se, but just on the basis that you look around and there you have TVJ doing this promotion and Susan Symes, and a lot of people are being assisted with resources, getting chicks to start their business, etc. And I would imagine she's hoping that she will get the same treatment. Well, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes, Maria. But don't give up. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. And so this is Maria from Waltham Park seeking assistance and hoping that she'll be a beneficiary of one of the promotions happening right now as far as fulfilling people's wishes are concerned. So let's see how it goes. And if we're able to facilitate any additional support, let's see what we're able to do. In the meantime, let's keep it going. 876-922-4112-5, the numbers to call. 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And just doing another of our usual checks, and we'll come back in just a moment. And this story, we were talking with Seth Grenell within the last almost an hour ago, and we were talking about these crashes and collisions. But the story that we're seeing here says Westmoreland taxi operator charged over fatal crash, granted $7 million bail. Westmoreland taxi operator charged over fatal crash, granted $7 million bail. And coming out of Madrid in Spain, Spain seizes 11 tons of cocaine in shipping containers. That's incredible. Spain seizes 11 tons of cocaine in shipping containers. So those who thought that the drug problem was behind us or getting behind us, oh dear. Let's go to the break and come back with more in just a moment here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. More in a moment.
You listen to Power 106 FM. The time is now 4:30.
With over 40 years of record service, Lock Safe and Vault Limited is your trusted security provider. Get affordable prices on a wide variety of seals, garage doors, access control supplies, magnetic lock, fingerprint, weatherproof keypads, card access system, time attendants, power supplies, and exit buttons. Professional services provided. Visit 40 Shortwood Road, Kingston 8. Problem solved with Lock Safe and Vault.
Happy holidays to the customers of New Kingston Pharmacy. Visit New Kingston Pharmacy, Jamaica's only pharmatique, for prescriptions, unique gift, jewelry, and household items. Don't forget to visit Carve, their new laser engraving area, where you can get personalized gifts, great for the Christmas season. Shop 1 New Kingston Shopping Center. Telephone 876-908-3628. New Kingston Pharmacy. Your health is our business.
Big up Jamaica for another year of love and support. Join us for the Home and Things Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday, December 16th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We've got special discounts just for you, plus giveaways, spot prizes, and more. It's going to be a fun-filled day you don't want to miss. Save the date, Saturday, December 16th, Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's the Home and Things Customer Appreciation Day. See you there.
Love that is deep and true makes life so precious too. And when love means more, with pride, we'll conquer all, and we'll make each cloud.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5:28. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:28. 现在几点了？5点加28分. 28 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Here's another message coming in. Good evening, Malcolm. A lot of the students who work with Heart Trust over the summer holidays have still not been paid. Can you please find out what is maybe you want to ask what is happening, because I'm not seeing that there anyway. But what is happening? Well, we'll put that in there. A lot of them borrowed money and promised to repay once they were paid. All right, well, let's see if we can check on that and find out the details. All right, see what we can find out and let you know. I'm sorry to hear of your situation. In the meantime, let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And Sean is out the blocks now. Good afternoon, Sean.
Good afternoon, teacher. How are you doing?
I am fine, thanks. And you?
I'm good so far. I want to talk about something very important, and it's a very serious topic, because last week I did have this discussion with someone. I'm not gonna call the name of the person. All right, so what I'm really gonna talk about, I'm going to talk about good and bad touches for adults and children and teenagers. Teacher, let's ask you a question.
I'm listening.
If a child, if older men touch a child inappropriately, that is a bad touch.
If it's inappropriate, yes, it's bad.
Yes, especially when that child is raped, that is also an inappropriate touch. Children must
No,
not
that's
be
even
that
one is a crime right there.
It is a crime. They must
rape is a crime.
These things. They must not be silent. They must take action. Action is very important when these things happen all the time.
That's true.
Let me tell you something. Yes, teacher, listen to me carefully. Let me tell you something. What I dislike about this country, I dislike to hear that young girls has been raped and molested all the time and murdered. You know, that's what I dislike. Oh boy. This is what I dislike about this country, the crime and the violence and the things that happen to our young Jamaican girls, especially women in abusive relationship. Women get bad touch as well from older men in the workplace. Men sexual harass them and assault.
Well, there's a law for that now. There's a law for that now. So that should help to bring down those incidents or deter people from doing that.
Let me tell you something. I have one more thing to say to you before I go. You know, when you listen to the news and you hear young children being murdered and raped and sexual abuse and assaulted by older men, you know, it's very sad. It's very sad. When we talk about these things, it's very disturbing. Teacher, let me ask you one question. Older men that always rape young girls, they are predators, right?
But hold on. You still have to be careful. In terms of the in general terms, you can't just broad brush. Use a broad brush term. You understand?
Yeah, true. Yeah, we have to be careful. I'm just asking.
Yeah. Well, we just touched on a couple of areas and we said what those were, and so it means you have that kind of information. There are avenues for you to share that information and help those who need help.
Yeah, that is true. Very, very true. But when a person get a hug from a person, that's not a bad touch. That is a good touch.
It depends on whether the recipient of that hug appreciates that hug or really wanted that hug as opposed to otherwise, which would mean against her will.
Yes. But teacher, I'm going to say something to you, but I'm going to choose my words very carefully. Think about what I'm gonna say very carefully. But when young girls are going to high school, they must be careful of the bus drivers that they go to high school with.
There you go again with a broad brush. You're painting bus drivers now. How did you get there?
I'm to nobody else.
I don't get it. What's the point you're making? Hello?
Because, yes. Teacher, listen to me, teacher. Don't tell me that I run my mouth too much. Don't say that because I am.
I said no such thing. You need to stop that now. Stop that. I said no such thing. Don't you dare do that.
All I'm saying.
This conversation ends now. This conversation ends now. Have a good afternoon. Talk to an adult. Talk to a member. Talk to a family member, and get whatever assistance you need. That's it. Goodbye.
Go away and go about
Goodbye.
your business.
Goodbye. This is still your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM.